Okay. That should do the trick. All right. Hello, hello. Whew. Hello. How we doing, guys? How we doing tonight? No, I was not expecting to stream tonight. I really was not. But I got done with SP training far earlier than I expected. We were just really dead tonight. It was a very, very dead night. So, so I figured, well, I might as well do this. I might as well hang out with you guys for a little bit. And no, I'm probably not going to invite anyone right now, unless I get invited by Havoc or something. I'm just going to play by myself because I just need to rest a bit, and I'm not willing to go through all that stuff. Just not right now. Maybe Friday. Maybe when we get to Friday, because I'll be very lonely on Friday. Lark is leaving. I'm doing pretty good, Nathan. I got to see the eclipse. That was pretty cool. Yeah. The eclipse yesterday. I wasn't in a place where I could see it perfectly, like a full eclipse, but I could see part of it. I could see part of the eclipse, which was really cool. That was pretty cool. Okay. What are my orders again? What do I need to play? Exotics. So no vanguards. But I want to play my warden. Oh well. Guess we'll play someone else. Zhang Jun. How about we do some Zhang Jun tonight? Lark has to take a ton of pictures. Yeah, you're dang right, huh? You're dang right. And sadly, it was too cloudy to see the eclipse. Yeah, that happened to me one year. One year we had an eclipse in our area, but it was way too cloudy for anyone to see anything, so we were very disappointed. Raven, who would you think is the weakest character for Honor right now? Lawbringer. I think Lawbringer's the weakest. In order to be good, in order to make Lawbringer good, you need to master light parries and punish those. But honestly, if you can master light parrying with any character, they become strong. So the way I look at it, when I look at strength, I look at which character has the most options, which character is the hardest to read, and which character can open up an opponent and do the most damage upon opening them. And when I look at Lawbringer, I see none of that. His whole play style is way too easy to read, I find. Yeah, Lawbringer used to be up there, Rohirrim. He used to be really, really strong, and everyone was complaining about him, so he was nerfed into the ground, and now everyone hates it. It's like, you nerfed him too much. Go ask John DeLiner. The dude is a Lawbringer main, and he has said Lawbringer has been shat on, my man. Ray, my guy, how are you? I am a little tired, I'll be real honest. I was doing manager training tonight, and my goodness, it's good. I like it, but it is busy. You are very busy, and there's a lot of needs that need to be met. It's not bad by any means. I like the responsibility. Like, I like having a leadership role. It's cool, but it is demanding. How come I didn't parry that? Dang it. I thought he was going to fake it out. Anyway. Saw a video, old atheists in Britain debating and trying to kill Christianity because now in Britain it's being replaced by Islam. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad that in Britain they're trying to replace Christianity with Islam? Britain used to be a bastion against Islam. Now it's caving to it. But that is the way Islam tends to work. They're a slow burn religion. Very slowly push their way into the fabric of a society and then uproot it from the inside. Yeah, the hyper armor on Goki is almost unfair, man. Goki can just get access to that hyper armor so easy. Hey Raven, have you ever watched any of Shadversity? Yeah, I like Shadversity. He's pretty cool. I've always liked Shad. I don't agree with him on everything. I have had my disagreements with the man, but for the most part, I like his takes. A historian and a writer, I can get behind that. Dang it. You know, JJ used to be a great anti-ganker. Now he's just not. So, Raymond, any plans while Lark is gone for the week? Probably going to be working a lot of it because it's spring break that week. So, schools are going to be out. So, I expect we'll be busy at the restaurant. Lark is going to Romania, Travis. People will get rise to their tricks like in the Reconquista. One can only hope. God, Gokis, man. I see you trying to finish me off with that feat. And getting back up too, no doubt. I love it, Goki. I love it, dude. Hide behind your betters. Man, when I get into my video talking about how I feel about Goki, I'm going to say this. I guarantee this is what's going to come out of my mouth. I love Goki because of his meme potential. I hate Goki because he's for cowards, okay? The way I look at Goki, he is a character that you pick up if you don't want to use any skill whatsoever. You just want to capitalize on hyper armor, trading blows, and timing your heavies. That's all it is. Like this Goki right here, like it is all trading hyper armor and unblockable heavies. Like I can't stand it. Hey, Break and Run. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. How you doing? Enjoyed playing against you with Havoc some time ago. That was fun. We didn't intend to run into you, I guarantee, but it was fun. Yep, and there goes the classic Kyoshin. Here's the thing about Kyoshin. If you want to play good at Kyoshin, here's what you do. I'm going to teach you how to play good at Kyoshin. Watch this. What you do is pick a teammate. Stick to them. Stick to them like Elmer's glue. Just glue yourself to them and follow them around. Then once you get into the gank, sit in your all guard. Just sit in it. And then once you see your opponent start to make a move, throw an unblockable heavy. If they start to respond, go back in your all guard. And repeat this ad nauseum. Ugh. Because you'll notice he was pretty aggressive until he got back up. How did he get... whatever. You lost. He's buying time. Oh, you threw the feet and fail again, sir. Yeah, this Goki, man. It's such low IQ plays. It is such low IQ plays. It's annoying as hell. But I haven't heard from you, bro. Hope things are doing well and got to catch up one of these days. Yeah, Break and Run. We need to talk. We need to catch up, man. I have been so busy. I've been going into management training a lot more, and so work has been holding me back to do a lot of things that I want to do. It's been limiting how many videos I can make and how frequently. I'm trying to make videos, but most of them are just small stuff like thoughts on characters. Like I know I released a lore video not too long ago, but I can't release those like I used to. It's very difficult. I have very limited time to work on things. Just because of all the stuff I'm having to do to make ends meet. It's very irritating. There. Made Fat Boy pay for it. Raven, I need that Theodora Legend video like a crack addict. Yeah, I'll work on that pretty soon, man. I will definitely work on that. Oh well. Who cares? When you're up against a Shugoki and a Kyoshin, what can you do but lose? Well, I'm just a ring away, bud, and the stream is open when I'm awesome, man. Awesome. I'll hit you up sometime when I have a free day. When I have a completely free day, I'll probably hit you up and just chat. Hey, Raven, what do you disagree with Shad on? I didn't like the way he handled his book release. I thought that he handled that poorly. Like when he asked people to, when he tried to review his own book. Like he did this thing where he did a video where he reviewed his own book and talked about his and responded to fan criticism of it. Never do that. You never do that. That is very unprofessional. I also disagree with some of his takes in terms of combat. Like, I think he's very smart when it comes to, like, the history of weapons and warfare and stuff. I think that's really cool. But I don't think he understands HEMA quite as well as he says. I mean, some of what he says I agree with. But then there are other moments. Like, I was watching his review of one of the Star Wars lightsaber battles to see how realistic it was. And he said a few things that I was like, no, that wouldn't work. Like he was saying, in this situation, the Luke should have done that or this, and I'm like, no, that wouldn't work. That's not the way that would work. And I was even saying, yeah, but that would only work under certain circumstances and stuff like that. So I'm not a hater. I'm not one of these people like, oh, you're just so wrong about everything. No, I don't do that. But there are times where I watch his stuff and I go, nah, fam. Gotta disagree. But still, I like his work overall. Let's go. I feel like going Zerk this time. That's why I'm in that VC, so people can jump in to either play or just BS. Gotcha, man. Appreciate it too. Like, I appreciate you wanting to join up with me. Like, really, what goes on a break and run? What goes on, my man? Quite often, when I am at home, when I have a free day, I'm spending it working on videos or trying to catch up with videos or writing and stories. And then when I'm not doing that, I'm usually at work trying to make money because money is real tight right now, especially after tax day. Good Lord, tax day drained me. I hate it because it's no fun. I want to be able to just kick back and play games and not actually have to worry about it. Like, it's weird. Back when I first started For Honor and I wasn't doing it as a job, I could just, I have a day off from school or work and be like, I'm going to play some For Honor. Nowadays, it's like, do I have time to play For Honor? And if I do have time to play For Honor, can I be lucrative with it? What can I make some money off of it? Like, literally, I was playing a few matches as Nusha because I'm working on a Nusha video, and I kept having really bad matches, and I'm like, man, I'm not getting the matches I need in order to make this video. And then I thought to myself, I wouldn't have thought this back in the day. I wouldn't have thought that way. I would have just been like, oh man, rough matches, can't wait to play again. But I was getting frustrated, like, God, I need some good matches for the video. And I'm like, God, when did I turn this into a job, you know? And that's the thing. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, hello, Varingian. Oh, whoa, good timing on that. Oh, good move, good move. Nope. Nope. Good parry. Yeah! Come on, boy! Come on, boy! Trust me, I know I'm dealing with some fraud done against me. Oh, break! I'm sorry to hear that, man. You good? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. And I'm the news shift. If you need those, oh, dude, I may actually hook you up because I may need some good news shift footage. Okay, he's waiting for lights, so we're gonna give him some heavies. Yeah, he's waiting for lights. I knew it. Oof! Oof! I was the first 60 and just finished her at 80. Oh, wait, Break. Yeah, I remember, Break. You told me you were like the first Rep 60 news shot. I remember you telling me that. That's awesome, bro. Like, I really like news shot. I just wish I could play her better. Get us both caught. Yes! Oh, what a fail! Trying to get us both caught in it, but because of the guard break, the animation didn't kick in. Yeah! Zerg for the win! I can teach you her tricks. I would appreciate that, actually. That'd be awesome. Just finished your execution series. Thought it was really solid. Love the content, man. Thank you, Addison. Appreciate that. Thank you, my friend Addison. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh crap. No! No! Oh well. I got 5 kills before I died. That's pretty good. So Life of David, very humbling types of giants. We really great to hear. Oh, thank you, Mac. I've been working on that. I still need to sit down and read over the next part. This isn't, doing the Life of David isn't as easy as when I was doing my Romans series, because when I was doing my Romans series, all I had to do was read a chapter of Romans and then just read it to you guys and talk about it. Now I'm having to read through Samuel and really just think about what do I need to take from each bit, because I can't read 1st and 2nd Samuel in its entirety. I need to think about what I'm doing. Thank you. Oh God, got me with the external. That sucks. Hey, Aaron. No time for me to get back to editing. Don't be a stranger. The DMs are always open, silly. You got it, man. I'll talk to you soon, Break. I'll talk to you soon. Hey Raven, I'm about to graduate high school next month. Any tips? Well, what do you plan to do after you graduate? You should always have a plan after you graduate. I mean, What do you want to do? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to go to the workforce? Do you want to go military? Do you want to be a homekeeper? Like, what's your plan? You should have a plan in mind. Should have really activated your revenge, bro. Crap. All right. Streaming solo with viewers, solo tonight. Ravenite giving advice. Yeah, I give advice all the time. Like, if people want my advice on something, I try to give it. Do you think going to college is worth it? I'm 25. That's a good question. So what I tell my students when I was a teacher was college can be the right move if it fits what you want to do with your life. What I told my students was, don't ask yourself what college should I go to? Ask what college can do for me. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? Do you want to become a teacher? Do you want to join the Navy? Do you want to build robots? Like, what do you want to do with your life, and how will college help you do that? If all you want to do is be a welder and make money doing that, so be it, and you don't need to go to college to do that. Correct. Now, if you want to be a teacher, you do have to go to college. You do need to get a degree for that. So that is something you may want to do. But the thing that you need to remember is that college is not for everyone. If you don't want to go to college, fine, that's great. You don't have to. It is a lot of money, it's very expensive, and loan forgiveness is not a thing yet. So what I would say is this. Ask yourself what you want to do with the rest of your life, and if college is part of that, then go for it. If it is not, and all you want to do is go to the military and go to the workforce or anything like that, then go for it and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But, if you say, I don't want to go to college, it's not for me, only give that answer if, and only if, you have another plan. Waiting for your backup, huh? I get you, Warden. Go for it, man. Did I just kill the mommy of war?
Yes. Is it still good?
Probably not. The one that has the open lid might be. I got that the other day.
I'll kill it.
Good move. Oh, good light. I was expecting a heavy. Okay. Anyway. I heard that men aren't going to college anymore. Some aren't. Some men don't want to go to college because it's a lot of money, and because it doesn't fit their goals. And there are some people who don't want to go to college because they don't feel like it's going to teach them anything. They feel that all college is just political pandering and the like, which, hey, you know what? Damn it. Nothing I could do. Not against that external. Oh well. I mean, 2 losses for the night isn't great, but you know. No one ever said I was good at this game. Let's see. Hey Raven, do you think we can get a how to build Okuma from the campaign? Kind of going to be hard to. Some of his armor sets and pieces aren't gettable, but I'll try. Hey Raven, did you hear that they're making a new Romeo and Juliet play? They have Francesca Amawada Rivers as Juliet and Tom Holland as Romeo. It doesn't look good. They race swap Juliet. Homeo, whip her out now. No, it's Homeo, bitch, where you at? and Romeo and Homeo calls back, bitch, I'm down here.
My question is, like, is it like supposed to be period accurate, or is like modern? Did they modernize the setting? If they modernize the setting and the language, okay. If they haven't,
they haven't. You know they haven't. How often do I stream? I stream Friday nights and Monday nights pretty regularly because Friday night is For Honor Friday and Monday night is my reading stream. And I also try to do a Sunday night stream where I play Persona. But other than that, I stream when I have the chance to, just because it makes me more money and it gives me something to do in the evening so that I'm entertaining you guys, because I just cannot guarantee that I'll be able to put out videos very frequently. All right, let's do a strong. Let's do Black Prior. I don't go Black Prior all that much, so let's go Black Prior. Hey Raven, how much money do you pay for college? It depends on the college and how long you're in and what degrees you're going for. It depends, man. It really depends.
For example, I went to Coastal Carolina University. Undergraduate of a semester when I went was about $17,000 a year. However, if I just stayed in state, I could have gone to Furman University, which would have been $50,000 a year.
Would you ever want to be entertained by a geisha? Sure, I wouldn't mind. I mean, right now I'm single, and if I was to go to Japan and go and have a geisha entertain me for an evening, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I'd draw the line at sex. I'm not doing that, obviously. I'm not doing that till I'm married. But if they just wanted to hang out with me, play music, sing.
That was their original job.
That was their, yeah, usually geishas didn't have sex. That was something that you didn't do with them, because if they did that, they could be out of a job.
Now, over time, they got associated with that, but that wasn't the original purpose.
Yeah. Thoughts on dating apps? I'm not a big fan of them. I understand their use, and I don't think that they're impossible to use, but I'm not a big fan. I prefer to know people well before I date them, but that's just me.
Yeah, our family hasn't had good experiences with them.
Yeah. Also, Raven, the person who is playing Juliet is mid for looks. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Hey, Raven, are the beards that the Vikings have in For Honor like Raider realistic? Some of them are not, no. Like Raider's beard, you probably wouldn't see that. You probably wouldn't see that. So, Raven, advice for taking sign language? I never took sign language. How am I supposed to help you with that?
Dedicate yourself to it.
I mean, yeah, just keep at it. I mean, if you were asking me for advice on learning Asian languages, that I might be able to help you with, but I never took sign language, and I don't have a lot of interest in taking sign language. There we go. So far, so good. I got him, boys! Let me go heal this buddy. I got you, bro. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to... Oh, shoot. Oh, whoa, okay. This guy likes his... Whoa! Man, this guy got us with that bulwark counter multiple times. Raven live concert? Nah.
That cost extra.
Berserker, why do you want to stop talking? I didn't say anything.
Oh, it was because earlier he said, like, dang, saying Matt, and somebody just pointed out, like, yeah, I just don't think anybody voted to change it, and he's like, oh, okay, then I'll stop talking.
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't vote to change it. I don't really care what map I'm on at this point. Until we get the new map, like... Why do people just quit? Why does my team quit when things don't go their... I don't understand.
Aren't you guys winning?
We are. Okay. I'm on now.
Wasn't that funny when movies
Okay. How'd that work out, bro? Maybe you shouldn't rely so much on the bulwark counter. Gives me an easy opening.
I'll learn. But yeah, the reason why movies have like people like with their helmets off in the middle of big battle scenes is basically just so you can identify the characters. Though I would prefer a helmet.
Heal up. Yeah, I'm just going to start healing in my bulwark stance. Oh my gosh, she let me get away with that. Finish him off. I took away his shield. Get him. There you go. Wait, no. The warden won? How? What? That makes no sense. I thought you had him. Raven Knight, I find it funny in movies where the main character survives in the middle of the battle without a helmet where all sort of stuff is flying. Oh, I went the wrong way. I was reading. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they got to show off the person who's fighting. They got to show off the actor. Hey, Raven, what was your thoughts about the video by the Aristocratic Utensil I sent you yesterday? You said you watched it. Would you tell me later? Oh, I think Utensil is coping a little. Utensil, I like how he said, I don't actually have an ego, it's an act. I'm like, no, I think there's a bit of an ego there. Look, here's the thing. What he said was a little silly. Just the idea that he says that we shouldn't react. He mocked everyone on the right for taking the bait, essentially. For taking the left bait. And all I can say to that is, what are you talking about? They said something in the article that was fundamentally false. And not only that, we're not the only ones who reacted to it. Korea reacted to it. Korea reacted to it. There were a bunch of Korean outlets and anchors who said, are you serious right now? Well, the issue I have is, it's not that we reacted to the bait is the problem. His issue is we needed, like, the article itself said a lot of good things about the gameplay, but it just ended with one bad take, and that's all we're latching on to, making us look desperate. And I'm like, no, we're pointing out what's wrong, and I think that we have the right to point out what's wrong, just like he does constantly in his videos.
That article was exclusively in a vacuum. You might have a point. But the problem is we saw people going around freaking out about this game even before the article. So, no, I don't think it was baked. And if it was baked, it was poorly done because they were tracking the article and apologizing for it.
And we win. Ha ha! Yeah. Oh, $5 from that one mime. How to play BP. Step 1, all guard. Step 2, bulwark counter the start of any animation. Step 3, repeat. Yeah, but that can be easily countered after a while, so I wouldn't recommend that.
You're not starting the place. But thanks for the donation.
Thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. A video by the aristocratic utensil I sent Raven and how he had. Yeah, I think that, let me be clear about the aristocratic utensil. Let me be clear about him. I think he's very intelligent. And I think he knows a lot about politics and about economics and about the history of such things. I think he's a very intelligent individual. And most of the time, I like what he says. I agree with what he says. But I do believe he has an ego. And if he doesn't have an ego, he does a great job of showing one. And I think that his idea of recently, he's been doing this recently, kind of attacking his own audience for, you know, giving into the desire. Like, he did one video where he's like, all of you people just crave reaction content. You're just, that's all you want me to do. You want me to crave reaction. You crave reaction content, and that's all you want. I find that a little odd because Utensil has said in the past that he does the reaction content because he knows it gets views. And he's going to go where the views go. That's what I remember him saying that. He wants to go where the views go. Why would he not do that? But then in his most recent video, he claimed, I don't do this for views. I'm sorry, but is that not what you said previously? You said in a previous video, I'm going to make content that the viewers want to see and that I know will get more views. Now you're saying, I don't care about the views. I'm sorry, you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you like the views, that's fine. No one's going to fault you for liking the views. I'm glad you like the views. I like the views. That's cool. But then don't attack your audience and say, I'm not interested in your views. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. That's not the same thing. Again, I don't hate on the guy. I think he's vastly intelligent, but I don't agree with him in this case, where he says that the people who overreacted to the IGN France article didn't read the full article and just latched onto that last bit. What I would say to that is, the reason we didn't read the article is because the article was taken down. And the reason we latched on to the last bit is because that's the part that people screenshot and released live because it was so bad. And it was so bad, Korea themselves came out and said, yeah, IGN, we demand an apology for this. That what you said was wrong. And they had to publicly apologize. And the article writer still tried to cover up by saying it's like he apologized, but it was a very half-assed apology. Now, Utensil may say, oh, well, you know what? Y'all should have read the full article. If he had said, you know what, guys, what they said there was cringe, but let's not attack them for just that. The full article was actually okay. It was just that last part. If he'd said that, fair crop. Okay, we're cool. But he attacked his audience saying we're stupid or dumb or just unwilling to engage, saying that we're just shills, just seeking reaction because we reacted to it. And all I can say is, okay, if you feel that way, then what are we allowed to react to? I mean, you've reacted to leftist bad takes before. You've reacted to lots of stuff before. Are we not allowed to react to this stuff too? I don't know. And besides, when is the take bad enough for us to react?
You captured Zone A.
Yes, this is about the Star Blade conflict.
Man, there's nothing I could do. Anyway. We talking about Stellar Blade? Yeah, pretty much.
You lost Zone A.
You didn't land in a heated debate. I was just explaining my position. Yeah, I'm playing Kiku. Yep.
You captured Zone
Look, I don't dislike Utensil. I don't dislike him at all. I like a lot of his takes. I just don't agree with him on everything. And I'm allowed to disagree. He even said so in his last video. I don't want people who agree with me on everything. I'm like, great, because I don't agree with you on this point. I'm glad you don't want everyone to agree with you. I'm glad you want dissenting opinions. Because you got one. Just don't call me stupid for having them. That's what I ask.
I hear yourself also admit that most people that watch him do not agree with him 100%. He's he's a monarchist, and he's admitted most of my audiences are probably not monarchists.
captured Zone A.
Hugh Lord just dropped $5 saying, Raven, how do you record your streams?
PlayStation 5 has a recording ability.
So we're using the PlayStation's own network against them for us. But thank you for the donation.
I'll leave y'all to it. I'm going to go up and back up Z-Shop. Well, actually, first, let me clear this. Get my second feed activated.
I know I'm asking too much, but I can't stop thinking about how to make Theodora.
I will work on that. Raven, you think Lark and you will play For Honor again the time? Me? I mean, I'm going to always be around to play For Honor.
You captured Zone C.
You shouldn't have emoted.
Pride cometh before the fall.
The monkey died to the sociopath.
Touch tail a little bit, huh?
Tail has all... Oh, God!
You lost Zone A.
So now you activate it. And Kiku for the win. That BP is a flip addict. A lot of BPs are. A lot of BPs are. But yeah, in answer to your question whether or not Lark and I will play For Honor together on stream again, I mean, sometime we might, if Lark is ever willing to pick up the game again.
It's not that I'm unwilling to pick up the game. It's, one, I am nowhere near as good as Ray. I know Ray likes to rag on, so like, I'm not good. I am not on his level. My wins come from being shown no mind that the other person does not comprehend. I enjoy For Honor, physically fighting against bots. That's sort of my thing. Because I kind of do it. It's kind of why I like games like Helldive. It's PvE AI. I enjoy that. Not that I don't, not that I hate PvP as a concept, but you gotta understand, I would very much bring Raven down. And I don't want to...
I mean, we could just play against AI, bro.
We could potentially. But also the problem is, like, For Honor is a very heavily focused, like, you have to pay attention to it a good bit. And it's hard for me to moderate the stream and do that. Like, you guys know it's probably when I'm streaming that I will sometimes, like, not check the chat or anything. So, I don't know.
We'll think about it.
Definitely not saying no, just we'd have to get together and talk about it.
Raven, do we know why Vita and Marco stopped doing For Honor vids? I don't think Marco stopped doing them. I just don't think he does them regularly. I haven't seen a lot from Marco lately, actually. For Honor or otherwise. Vita, I think, just has family stuff going on. Because he's got a family now. I think he's got a little Vita of his own.
What happened to the 96 content?
The what?
The 96 content.
Hey, Ring, what happened to the 96? I don't know what 96 is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
What is 96 content? Oh, I didn't even see you, Shaolin. You hid from me.
Enemy team is breaking.
Crap. Anyway, forgot how fun this game is. It is fun. You just got to pack your patience. R6. Oh, R6. R6 content. I still do it. I do Rainbow Six Cringe and Win. Basically, every time a new season to Rainbow Six comes out, I will talk about the new character and the new lore and talk about why it's good or bad. But as for making actual character discussion videos, nah, I just don't do that anymore for a couple reasons. For one thing, if you think I'm bad at For Honor, I'm even worse at Rainbow Six Siege because I'm not good at first-person FPS games like that. Oh, good timing on that. Wow. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm really bad at it. So let's say that I want to do a video on someone like Blackbeard, right? That means I need to pick up Blackbeard and play matches with him using using all of his guns, his both assault weapons and his pistol, get kills with them so that I can show myself using the weapon properly, use his gadget properly in a match, and then do enough decent matches where I can use those matches and make a video out of it. So it's a lot of work. I sometimes have to spend days playing Rainbow Six Siege, playing the same damn character multiple times just so that I can get footage that I need to make the video. Now you might think, well, Raven, you do that with For Honor and Dead by Daylight, don't you? Yes, I do. Want to know the difference? People watch my For Honor content. I got very few views on any of my Rainbow Six content. In fact, I think there's 2 videos on my Rainbow Six Siege stuff where there were no comments and I think a few likes, and that's from people who like everything I put out because they like what I do, which is great. I'm glad for that, but honestly, it's just hard to do that. It is very difficult for me to make those videos, not because I don't enjoy them, but because they're just not getting me anywhere. They're a lot of work with very little to fall back on, so that's all there is to it. Where do you suggest to go to learn For Honor lore? My channel. My channel. Come to my channel. Hey, Raven, I got to say, you're getting better. Thank you. Is that Lark I hear? Yeah, Lark is here. He's eating his dinner. Hey, Raven, did you hear that Marvel is bringing back Tony Stark to the MCU? Please don't. Please don't. You've already ruined the MCU enough. Why drag Tony back into it when you let him leave it with so much dignity?
I'll accept it on a caveat of that he wakes up after the fight in Endgame realizing that the past, how long it's been since Endgame, was a dream. Except for No Way Home.
You should watch Jinxie. He's a pro console R6 player and he gives good tips. Maybe you can play duos with him someday. I don't know. I'm not good at reaching out to pro players. Like, you know how long it took me to reach out to Havoc, for God's sake? Like, Havoc is awesome. I've looked up to him for a long time. It took me forever to reach out to that guy. And when I found out he was a fan of my content too, I was like, oh! You have no idea. The IGN article insulted the game dev, but I love the gameplay, and so you two said the people who are made it are that dumb, but Raven disagree with that. Gotcha. Play Centurion? I've got an order to play heavies right now. I'll play Centurion later. I heard that R6 Siege is the worst lore in modern gaming. It's pretty bad. I don't know if it's the worst, but it's pretty bad. Where in Romania is Lark going? I know he's spending time in Brajov. Oh, isn't that right, Lark? You're going to Brajov? Oh, he went to his room. Never mind. The Samurai are definitely my favorite faction, of the Knights are my second favorite. Knights are my favorite. Just gonna be real. Lark, what part of Romania are you going to?
Brashov.
I thought it was Brashov.
Yeah.
Is Lark doing good now? I remember that he was having some difficulties with work. The difficulties are ongoing. We don't know when they will end. For fuck's sake.
I'm fine with these right now.
Yeah, he's okay. Just work is pissing us off. My crush lives in Romania. Cool, man. Funny story. I met a pro player by accident on elimination. He sent me a friend request because he found me funny, especially when we duel. Cool. I very rarely meet pro players. I met a break and run once. I ran into Boson Bunch once. I actually ran into Boson Bunch. I did not expect that.
On For Honor.
Yeah, On For Honor. Wasn't on Rainbow as I was expecting it to be, but it was On For Honor. Oh, crap. Scent got me that time, no question. The R6 Siege lore is a smack to the face of the original Rainbow Six. Bring back Ding Chavez. I just think it's bad lore.
Well, the problem is they didn't prioritize lore from the beginning. They established some sort of threat, but the problem is that threat doesn't translate to gameplay because it only works when you're doing like PvAI stuff, and PvAI is not the focus of Rainbow Six Siege.
I'm pleased to see Lark is back. Oh, he's sometimes here, just... Oh.
Lark, why Romania? That's where the church decided to go. They asked for volunteers, and I volunteered. Also, we went to Romania last year, so I will be one of the 3 people on the trip that actually has some experience in Romania. Not that it'll do me much good, because I still can't speak a lot of Romanian. I feel like a few words without those. Like Spotify. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Raven, I can't wait to see how you build Theodora. It's actually not that hard. It's pretty easy to build Theodora. God be with you, Lark. Yep.
Thank you, Cynic.
Lion is the best lore in R6. It's pretty good. I like his lore. I also like Dokubi's lore.
Doki. Yeah, honestly, the little clip with Thatcher and Dekebi is probably the best world building lore we've got in Rainbow Six. I would say it went down. It started going downhill truly when they did that sort of like sporting event. Because when, I forget, Damos made the critic, you turn my old unit into the freaking Ice-capades, he's not entirely wrong.
Raven Knight, this may be being a wee bit of an autist, but I looked at your playlist tab and was confused as the naming convention was unclear to me. Which one is the lore one? Oh, I don't have a specific playlist for lore. I just release lore channels. You can go to For Honor Analysis and it'll have some lore videos there, but I don't have a specific playlist for all my lore stuff.
Alex for just dropped 20 bucks saying, "Hey Raven, I wish Lark safe on his trip. Thank you, and I hope that you two are doing well with your jobs. We're working. Also, still learning about the faith, and now have a very real fear of hell I didn't have previously. Oh, I hope you work through that, but the concern is a good thing because it makes you start thinking. But I pray that you come to good conclusion sooner rather than later. But hey, every man's journey is unique."
Well, anyway, yes, thank you for the $20. Here's what I would say to that, Dale. I'm glad that you're working on your faith. That is excellent. That is always good to hear. As for your fear of hell, as a Christian, don't fear hell. Okay, I mean, don't be afraid of going there. Fear the reality of it. Fear the fact that there are those out there who don't know Christ and are damned there because of the fact that they don't know Christ. Because they have not accepted that forgiveness yet. They have not reached out to God to accept His gift. And know that because hell is a real place and hell is the final destination for so many people, let that be your motivation to go out and change lives, to reach people. Use that fear to reach more people. That would be what I would say to that. That would be what I would say. Don't let fear control you.
I want to visit Romania so bad. Where's y'all church so I can volunteer? A little late for the sign up because we had to drop some ching on that.
I've never been good at fighting shamans.
How is Eastern Europe? Not sure about that. Depends on the century.
You know, I thought that I would light and crush and counter that, but okay, I guess I'm stupid. Operator idea, Knight of Malta gadget, something that can heal your teammate. I actually came up with an operator that I called Paladin, which I thought would be good. Basically a Knight of Malta kind of deal.
Swiss Gardens.
Hell is Detroit? Yeah, if you live in Hasbin Hotel World.
Take him to Detroit.
Alright, let's see if I can't take you this time.
Eastern Europe is heaven, especially the women. I wish I could say I was just going to pick up chicks, but no. Did have some very interesting conversations last year with some, we went to talk to some kids at the local college, and very interesting conversations.
Damn it! I was actually beating that shaman for a minute, then she got back up. Ugh. Well, looks like tonight's not going to be my night. I think I've won a grand total of 1 match. No, two. 2 matches. 2 matches.
Oh, hey, how about that?
That's just not my night.
The thing is, Rainbow Six bookware, they say the Rainbow can't be like the Olympics.
We don't talk about Hasbin. We end up talking about it a lot here.
Yep, true.
Hey, is Warhammer worth getting into? I've enjoyed it. Just it'll wreck your bank account if you're not careful.
It depends, though. It's like, which Warhammer are you talking about? And what are you willing to do? What are you looking for? If you're looking for an interesting story, absolutely. Get into fantasy, get into 40K. I'm not as impressed with the stories coming out of Sigmar. Not that I think they're bad. It's just not as gripping as what came before. If you're looking into getting into gaming, there's some good games that have the Warhammer IP attached to them. If you're looking into getting into tabletop gaming and you've got deep pockets, absolutely. I may not have deep pockets, but I've collected some plastic. As one Hotel Hell is California. Honestly, though, the pilot promised a lot more than the series delivered. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with you, I wasn't big fan excited about the pilot. I thought, like, there was some interesting.
Really, bro? Ah, the feet throwers. I love it.
Call podiatrist.
Anyway. I wish I could know Christ, but people who are in my town make me skeptical of church. Is there any way I could build a connection with Christ without church? You can find Christ without a church, but you will want a Christian community to be a part of.
Yeah. What you may want to do is you may want to start looking into churches online and trying like outreach there. Like pretty much every Sunday, actually, pretty much every day.
Oh, this boy has turned on light parries.
But yeah, you should be able to find other churches outside of your hometown, like digitally, that you might be able to connect with. Maybe talk to a pastor of some kind, and you can work with it through there. I actually save a lot of money. You could go to Total War Warhammer 3 and then show you all these other deals. Yes. I don't know. I think I've dropped a healthy number of cha-ching on Warhammer, onto Warhammer Total War. Probably not as much as my classic crack, but still.
That Sean turned on her light parries, bro. That was crazy.
Revenge can't fix that. Maybe I'll just buy a 3D printer. To a certain degree.
And the feet fly some more. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it.
Dallas Cowboys fan. I'd say that explains a lot, but...
Yeah. Oh, well.
Mox now.
Do you know how to do anything without throwing your effing beats, bro? But I can do that too. Mm. Mm. Mm.
Vikings love the funny flask.
I can throw my feet too.
B is contested.
Enemy team is breaking.
Everyone with their feet. Just, oh, it's cringe.
Enemy rally.
Anyone's having bad allergies this month? Nope, you are not the only one.
Enemy team
Anyway.
is breaking.
Okay, I have a full Warhammer army, Lark's Wallet. Why do you hate me? I'm sorry, but
Hey, Raven, so what would you say to someone who believes that they are going to hell because of things they've done in the past, no matter how minor those things were? We're all bound for hell because of our sin. That's what the Bible teaches us. Because of our sinful nature and our sinful hearts and our sinful actions, hell is our destination. That is the default. That's where we're going regardless. Christ is the only way out. So if a person says, I'm going to hell because of the past things I've done, you're right. And you're going to hell for the things you're doing now, the things you'll do in the future. But Christ is the answer. If you have Christ in your life, if you've accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, it does not matter. It does not matter what you've done in the past or done now or done in the future. Christ covered it. He filled it in. He has thrown it over his shoulder. It does not matter anymore. So that's what I would say.
yep.
Raven has developed the same annoyance as Havoc Feeder. Well, yeah, you'll notice that I don't always use my feats. I try not to use them all that often because I want to fight for real, not just rely on feats to save my ass. But that's what they all do. They just throw their feats constantly, one after another. Hey, you guys here? Oh, don't do it, Sint. Don't do it. I respected you partially. It was the shaman that I thought was cringe.
Thoughts on game mode Breach? Played it today for the first time and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I like Breach. I don't play it against other people. I play it against bots.
Speaking of which, do you think we should jump over?
It is close to that time. Tell you what, let's see. Well, I do have work in the morning, so yeah, it's probably best that we jump over. Besides, I'm not playing with that cringe shaman again. So let's go ahead to finish up with Breach.
Breach.
Which is sad because we've got 64 viewers right now, which is more than I've had in a long time. And I'm sure that some will leave now that we've started Breach.
Sometimes we'll have them leave and we'll come back. It's not set in stone.
Do you have a favorite actor or actress in Asian cinema? Mine would be Michelle Yeoh and Gong Li. What was her name? There was one actress I really did like. Let me go Theodora since everyone's been asking for her. Let me look her up. What was her name? There was this one actress I really liked. Hold on. What was it? What was her name? Kang Yi-won. Her name was Yoo Mi-young. She was probably my favorite. She's a really good Korean actress. I like her. All right, I'm gonna play Theodora now.
I was trying to imply I should have explained more that the person who okay, so I was trying to imply I should have explained more that a person who believes that is a believer of the faith. They believe that no matter what they are condemned. Okay, let me explain. Because this is, believe it or not, this is actually part of the reason we're going to Romania. Because we're going specifically to evangelize to the gypsies. Because they're not welcome in a lot of things. The local Orthodox Church typically has a policy that they're not allowed to come in for various reasons. And so a lot of them believe in Jesus, they believe in God, but they don't believe they can go to heaven, and for various reasons. Some will say it's just like, oh, I've done too many bad things. Some will say it's like, oh, I smoke. And so one of the things that we had to emphasize, particularly last time, we'll probably do again, is the idea that it does not matter. Jesus is going to forgive you. There's only one sin that is truly unforgivable, and the thing is, if you commit that unforgivable sin, you are not like you aren't going to have a desire to go to heaven. You're not going to have a desire to follow God or Jesus. The idea, but the thing is, this is what I would look at this way. I want you to look at the New Testament. The guy that wrote the majority of it was a guy named Paul. He didn't always used to be called Paul. He used to be called Saul, and he got his start persecuting and ordering the deaths of Christians. And yet, God not only redeemed him, but made him an integral part of the early church. God can use just about anyone. One of my favorite apologists, a guy named Dr. David Wood, he is a diagnosed sociopath who tried to kill his father and wanted to try and become like the next Unabomber. But he found Christ while he was in prison, and he turned his life around. Christ's blood is enough. So don't worry about the ideas like, well, I've sinned too much. Like God can like, no, God can take you.
Cool. There we go. Lark said it best.
Well, we've been prepped. Yeah, I do enjoy me some David Wood. I miss his old outro music. Yeah, we're proud of that. We're proud. The unforgivable sin is calling God the devil. I'm not sure if it's specifically it's like calling like mistaking the holy like
the unforgivable sin is the complete and utter rejection of God. That is the unforgivable sin. You just 100% reject God's forgiveness. By calling God, and people often think that it's the unforgivable sin because when Jesus said it, that was when the Pharisees said that what Jesus was doing was he was using the power of Satan to cast out demons. And what Jesus was basically saying is you are basically looking at the Spirit of God and saying it is demonic, it is evil, and you're essentially neglecting it wholesale. That kind of sin won't be forgiven. That's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. You're basically saying that God's power is evil and you want nothing to do with it. That won't be forgiven. God, I can't open up that damn... I haven't gotten an execution all match.
Imagine if Lord managed to convince Count Dracula to become a Christian.
Vlad Dracula was a Christian.
I know you mean the vampire, but still, we had to.
Vlad Tepes, the original Dracula, was a 100% Christian.
And might I add, a certified Giga Chad. We gotta go now. See you next stream. Alright, take care, dude.
Yeah, it's like every time I go to Breach, that's when people start leaving. We went from 66 to 51, so yeah, I'm kind of used to that, unfortunately. It's sad, but it is true. Not many people want to watch Breach against AI.
Oh, we have a fair few. I mean, we still got 51.
I mean, 51 is still decent.
That's more than any of our normal streams. Well, our normal streams doing other stuff.
Yeah, like Batman and Persona never get this number.
Or Dragon Age or XCOM. Like, I'm trying to get Dragon Age to work. I'm trying.
I just want to get an execution, please.
Someone spare a cup of execution.
My sister-in-law is going for a master's in Christian apologetics. Awesome.
I'm not here for gameplay. I'm here because I like Dragon. Aw, shucks, man. Appreciate it.
Dracula was Orthodox, though, so he probably was trusting in his works to be saved.
Not quite. Well, actually, he was Catholic, but still.
He was Catholic, but we don't know what his relationship with God was. We know that he did a lot in the name of the church, though.
Aw, thanks, Steven. Hey, Raven, was the Wisecrack video about Jordan Peterson the worst video by them you've ever seen? It's up there.
It's pretty up there. It is pretty bad.
I don't know, because the thing is, like, their Harry Potter and Christmas ones were just downright awful. There's also, like, the idea of, like, can philosophy truly replace religion that we didn't respond to, but we saw where it's like, this is just abysmal.
Finally got it.
Good.
The execution, yeah.
I like it.
I love that execution, man.
I heard Vlad Tepes switched churches in his lifetime. He might have, but I know, like, the Pope liked him.
The Pope liked Vlad. The Pope was very outspoken for
Yeah,
Vlad.
when, like it was the King of Hungary, right? That imprisoned him. I know the Ottomans did it first, but wasn't he arrested by the King of Hungary?
He was.
Yeah, and like the Pope wrote the King of Hungary a letter like, why did you arrest one of our greatest champions?
Use it or lose it. Quick rating. 16 out of 16. Like, I'll be real honest. Use it or lose it is just so perfect. It is realistic to the extreme. The downward strike of the sword through the neck, I believe, could decapitate. It's fast and efficient, very well executed. It's definitely lethal, and it is beyond cool. It is probably my favorite.
With any churches to listen to online, well, we go to Cornerstone. You could do that. There's Riverland Hills Baptist Church is one we grew up with. You could also look at other, there's pastors that have good followings online, like Alistair Begg has several of his sermon series are online. Tony Evans, he does several good sermon series. If you can get like a Right Now Media account, he has several good stuff. He has several good Bible studies to go through.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, as someone pointed out, like you don't necessarily need to be in a church, but being around fellow believers is definitely important. If you want to like get involved with like an online Bible study, Raven over here, like every Sunday, or at least most Sundays, he tries to upload a Bible study. Right now, he's going through the Life of David. So there are resources out there. Hopefully, you can get something. Yes, Baltimore. Alternate history idea of Vlad Tepes kills the Sultan during the night raid. Oh, dude, that'd be an awesome one to explore.
Wouldn't it?
Because that would throw the Ottoman Empire into chaos. Ooh, they got that spicy drink.
All right. Well.
Cuban Warlord just dropped $5. Hey, here you go, have some more. Also, do you remember my gift? I'm curious to know what's your favorite part.
I do remember your gift. I just haven't had the chance to read it. I have not had the chance to read it. I've been very busy. Once I read it, I will let you know, but thank you for the $5. I do appreciate it. You got time for one or two more? What are my orders? I need to add Breach Executioner for Pete's sake. Let's take Dual Warrior out. Well, neither one's going to really matter. Breach Executioner, I got to get 3 executions in Breach, and I can't play as a Vanguard. All right.
Why is the Catholic Church so popular even after all the reforms throughout history? Well, because I'm going to be honest with you. There are some parts of the Catholic Church that still do a good job.
Yep. I don't think the Catholic Church is 100% corrupt. Well, there are aspects of it that are.
Because here's the thing. I have seen Baptist churches and Protestant churches that have been corrupt, and I've seen Catholic churches that have done a good job, and I've seen Catholic churches or dioceses that have been corrupt, and Baptist churches and Protestant churches that have done a very good job. And really the thing is, you got to look at how the church is being run. And like you can look through Scripture and you can see how they're doing now. We disagree with Catholics on the manner of the Apocrypha, the importance of certain rituals here and there, but the core tenets are the same thing. For the most part, we consider each other to be Christian.
Oh, dude, you did ask me to do Centurion. I'm sorry, bro. I totally forgot. Last match, I'll do Centurion. Don't let me forget. I'm sorry. I did. You did ask, and I forgot. I'm sorry. Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can pull out of this match and go into a different one and go Cent, just to make it up to you.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's not a problem.
I need to do some research on how to write alternate history. I have so many ideas, but I'm not sure how to start with them. It depends on how you want to do it. Because if you want to write a story with the premise of alternate history, you're going to need to start thinking about characters, thinking what you want to do along with that scenario. However, if you want to just focus particularly on the scenario, you may want to pick several characters and sort of run with it that way. Or if you're just wanting to focus on the scenario, you can write it sort of like a history textbook. But if you want to look at like novels for inspiration, Harry Turtledove does a lot of alternate history books.
Hey, Raven and Lark, what age and religion do you find the most interesting? I find many different religions interesting, but I find Buddhism and Shintoism both fascinating. I think that they are very unique to learn. Buddhism itself has blown my mind with its teachings. And Taoism and Confucianism, I wouldn't even really call them religions so much as just philosophies. I think they tie into spiritualism, don't get me wrong, but they feel like philosophies on how to look at life and society. Because you got Taoism, which looks at everything being controlled. Everything has its is controlled by fate and destiny, and there's no changing that. Whereas Confucianism is how everything has its place, you know. And I think that there's a case to be made for both sides in terms of their philosophy. But I think Shintoism and Buddhism, since they are official religions, I think they're fascinating. They really are. I don't prescribe to them, but I think they are interesting.
Is it possible to have a Renaissance-style war without gunpowder? In theory.
Yeah, theoretically.
It'd be heavy on the pike and the cavalry, but you can do it.
Yeah, you could do that, theoretically. Catholics say that water baptism regenerates you. While we agree on the core tenets of Christianity, a lot of unbiblical beliefs have sunk into their church. Yes, that I do agree with. I do think that the Catholic Church has allowed a lot of things to sink into their belief system, and it is very unfortunate. That is a problem that I see Catholics having. They'll have to come to terms with it eventually.
What I particularly like is when you have Protestants and Catholics actually talking with each other and sort of working through things. Like one of my friends, I can't remember what he changed his name, but he used to be called the 10-Minute Bible Hour. And he actually, because he used to be an evangelical pastor until he switched over to doing his YouTube stuff for his ministry. And he would actually go around to several churches, Catholic, Orthodox, Lutheran, Episcopal, all these other things. And he would actually sit down, and even though they disagreed, they would talk with them. It's like, explain this to me, like why you do what you do. And very informative. I highly recommend you check out the videos.
Was Empress Wu Zetian a tyrant or a fair ruler? There's no way to know for sure. In the past, she was always seen as a tyrant, but recently new evidence has suggested that that may have been fabricated or not entirely accurate. What we know is that she did rule, and there were a lot of people that died as a result of her decisions, but we don't know if she were a cruel, evil tyrant. It's hard to say. I think you could make an argument for both cases. Philosophical spiritualism is something that could help with a lot of modern ills to remedy. I think, I'm going to be honest with something. With the exception of Islam, I think almost any religion being put more into the limelight would help society. Because I think one of the problems we have as a society is we've pushed spiritual outlook away from our day-to-day lives. We don't take it seriously. We don't try to look at the why we do things. We just say, I feel like doing something, so I'm going to do it. But any spiritual tenet usually teaches us a do and don't and a why you do and don't. Forget heaven and hell for a second. Just forget heaven and hell. Forget that crap. But think about this. At least under Christian influence or Taoist influence or even Confucian influence, you had an understanding of these are the things you should do in a society. These are the things you shouldn't do in a society. And if you follow these tenets, you'll have a productive society. Like, take the 10 Commandments. I'm going to be real. Take the 10 Commandments. Leave out the fact they're from the Bible. The 10 Commandments are a very solid foundation for the building of a society. Leave out the first three, okay? Leave out the first three that say, I am the only true God there is. Have no other gods before me. Like, all that kind of stuff. But think about the others. Do not kill. Do not covet what your neighbor has. Do not commit adultery. Have a day off from work so that you can rest. That kind of thing. These are very clear tenets of society, and you hold to them, and by doing so, your society can prosper. I think that one of the problems we have is people look at that and go, oh, that's an old-fashioned document. It's a stupid book that was written by people thousands of years ago. No. It was written to help build a society. Y'all need to understand why the 10 Commandments were written. God wasn't just writing down a rule book and saying, all right, as your God, these are the things you don't do and the things you do, and you better follow what I say or you're all going to hell. That wasn't what he was doing. The Jews had just gotten out of Egypt. They needed to figure out how to build a nation. And God said, you want to know how to build a nation? Let me give you the 10 basic rules for how to build a successful nation. And he laid out the 10 rules. Very clear, very straightforward. You follow these 10 commandments, you can't go wrong. Problem is, the Jews at that time, they weren't so good at following those commandments, and that caused them a lot of problems. And God said, you follow these commandments, I will bless you the rest of your days. You don't follow them, I can't be held responsible. It's that kind of thing.
I wonder if Eastern philosophy could be made to work with Christianity the way Greek, Slavic, Celtic, and Mesopotamian philosophy work. Certain aspects, I suppose, but Buddhism and Christianity would not meld.
No, they would not.
They would not meld, because Buddhism does a good job of merging with local polytheistic religions. pretty well, particularly ones that are more like naturalistic. But something that's well organized, like Christianity, they would have trouble merging with.
To me, religion should not be used as a way to make a country or to use to force politics. The Bible is not made by a political bargaining tool. It's a way of life and to forgive people of their sins. Correct. The Bible should not be used as politics, and I think that's one of the problems the Catholic Church has. They have turned their faith into a political game. And that isn't a recent thing. They did that a long time ago. But my point is, that is something they have done. And absolutely.
Well, when Western Rome collapsed, they were one of the last few remaining things. So it was kind of thrust upon them. They kind of.
I'm not saying that it wasn't.
I'm not excusing. I'm explaining. But the other idea is, like, you also got to consider when forming a government or a society, that is going to be based off of, to a degree, morals are basically upstream from that.
Correct.
And so, while you maybe shouldn't say hey, you got to follow this Christian law book, it makes sense for predominantly Christian countries to use Christian ethics to shape their
Hey, Raven and Lord, could you hear that Johnny Somali was arrested in Israel because he was harassing a female police officer? Yep, I heard about that. Johnny Somali is going to get his, I swear. Not Buddhism, that's more of a religion. I'm thinking more Confucianism and Taoism. I think you can borrow aspects of Confucianism and Taoism and connect them to Christian teachings. But you got to understand, Christianity is not just a philosophy about life. Christianity is a message of salvation. So even if you want to say, oh no, I agree with some of these tenets about Confucianism and Taoism, fine, but they're not your way to salvation.
The idea of Confucianism, like everything has a place, like honoring your father, honoring your elder, that sort of thing. That would have a problem.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
You're more of the expert on Confucianism than I am, but
Confucianism is basically it's a belief that everything has its place, and you adhere to that place. Like if you are born to be a farmer, what?
The comment, if you ever feel bad, remember Moses was the first person to break the Ten Commandments.
This is true.
Literally.
Anyway, moving on. Sorry, but this has nothing to do with Christianity, but chat and Raven, what do y'all think of the Red Pill group like Andrew Tate and all them? Not a fan of them. I do not like them. There is such a thing as being, there's a difference between being red-pilled and being a dude bro who acts like an asshole and expects people to praise him for it.
Here's the thing. I agree, the Red Pill group and stuff like that, I think we're very on person to person on how much I agree with them. But Andrew Tate, he correctly identifies a lot of problems that are going on for men and society as a whole. I disagree with how you should treat it, how we should react.
Well, here's the thing. There's a line, there's a line there. What you do is you recognize the plight of men in society. They do have a plight. Men are struggling in society. Big deal. It is a big deal. But the response is not to then treat women like shit. It's kind of like this. Men have it rough in today's society. Yes. Men need to be treated with more respect. Yes. Women are whores. Now what? Slow down. Let's back the hell up. And that's why I don't have any respect for people like Andrew Tate or his ilk. Just people who act like that. You want to know how you be a real man in society? You treat women with respect. I know that sounds shocking, but that's what men are meant to do. We should treat everyone with respect, but in the way men should treat women. You do not react to the poor treatment of men in society by saying, now I'm going to treat women badly because we've been treated badly. No! You do not treat women lesser. And see, that's something that I disagree with a lot of, including you, Ten Salon. Here's my stance when it comes to the gender differences. This is my belief. I firmly believe this. Men are genuinely like animals. Now, I don't mean that in a sexist way. Here's what I mean by that. Men are aggressive. They are strong. They are fierce. Watch little boys when they're playing. They usually are playing war. They're playing wrestling. They're playing football. Little boys want to be aggressive and assertive and tussle. Now, girls will do it too, but usually not to the same extent. Girls tend to be more refined. They're practicing social cues. They're building social connections much sooner than boys are. Boys, when they build social connections, are deciding who they're going to tussle with and fight with and all that kind of stuff. They're choosing their competition. Girls are choosing people that they want to be like, choosing people they want to emulate, choosing people that they want to mimic or teach. Girls, when they play, they're playing doctor, nurse, house. They're choosing their career goals early in life. Boys are usually beating each other over the head with sticks, hitting baseball bats, or hitting each other. It's the way we're wired. Now, is this
fun?
It is fun, but here's the shocker. Girls have this power, and they develop this power as they become women, to tame men. You want to know why men chase after women? Because women have power over men. They can tame us. Because people say, oh, it's toxic masculinity. The only reason there's any toxic masculinity is because a woman wasn't pointing that man in the right direction. That man had no direction to go. And I mean this sincerely. It doesn't just have to be a woman. It can be patriotism. It can be something. But if the man doesn't have something with which to point that aggression, to point that animalistic fierceness, then it's going to go in the wrong places. And I believe that women, on a fundamental level, exist to keep men directed. Because if I was a woman, I'll be real, if I was a woman, I want an animal of a man. Because I want a man who's going to protect me, and I know he's capable. I want a man who will protect my children, and I know he's capable. I want a man who wants to go to work for me, and help me, and support me, and be there for me, and I know he's capable. I don't want a pussy. I don't want a man who's like, oh, I'll do whatever you want, sweetie. Just please be nice to me. I don't want that guy. I want the guy who is strong, powerful, dominating, confident. Why? Because I know that when push comes to shove and the shit hits the fan, he's ready to hit back, and I don't have to worry about what's going to happen to me, my children, or my family. That is the way I look at it.
Well, this just goes to the traditional idea. Men are supposed to be traditionally the providers, protectors. Women are supposed to be the nurturers and caregivers.
Correct. So, but here's the thing. When people say, oh, it's toxic masculinity, it's just men wanting to hurt other men, like, why should men be violent? I'm sorry, it's a violent world. It is a violent world out there, and if I was a woman, I would want a man who's prepared to take on that violent world and beat it. I want a man who's willing to protect the family. And then women say, well, why can't we be the caregivers? My question for women is, why would you want to? Women, and this is a question, if I have any women in my audience, if you're a woman in my audience, you're free to answer this, and I'd love your response. I genuinely would. Women, do you want to go to war? Woman, if a robber breaks into your house, do you want to be the one grabbing the gun and fighting him off? Women, if a person grabs your purse and runs off with it, do you want to be the one chasing him down, or would you like someone else to grab him? Like, I mean this sincerely. Go ahead, Lark, sorry.
To quote Bill Burr, there are no feminists in a house fire.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone's a feminist until the ship starts sinking. Then it's every man and then it's every woman and child for themselves. And that's what it comes down to. Genuinely, I want to be a man who a woman can look to and depend on. That she can be confident that I am going to take care of her and our family and our children. James, I'm so confused. Why are you confused, James? Where did I lose you?
He came in mid-rant, so he's confused.
Well, someone explain it to him.
But let me put it to you this way. I got a good buddy of mine who he got married a couple months ago.
Royal Red, if you want to take that out of context, you feel free to. You know what I said. Shut the F up.
But the point being, I got a buddy who got married recently. Loving couple, but the thing is, he sort of discovered that one thing that really helped him in the relationship, even before he got married, was he enjoyed doing things for his significant, for his wife, for his then at the time fiance. It was like because and like the appreciate, like he didn't need like her to like make a sandwich or do anything like that. Not that he would turn down a sandwich or something like that. But the idea was that she appreciated the effort that he put into taking care of her and making sure her needs were met.
Right.
He appreciate that, and like the fact that he was able to effectively provide for someone he cared about made the world better. It meant the world.
Because deep down, actually, I remember this joke that Freedom Tunes did. He was doing a joke where he was showing these dude bros walking around with a camera, basically looking at couples and asking the guy, "What's she bring to the table, bruh?" Basically trying to prove that all women are gold diggers who just want to use men to get what they want. And what I found so funny about this is they don't understand. And the thing is, I think people like that exist. People like this, definitely. But here's my position on that. When asking the question, what does the woman bring to the table? Like, what does the woman bring to the table in terms of a relationship? I don't even look at it in terms of money. I'm sure that given the society we live in today, whoever my significant other is in the future, she will be a money winner. She will have some kind of job. It's almost guaranteed now. It's almost impossible to have a just stay-at-home mom anymore. I mean, I'd like that, but it's not feasible. Genuinely, if that is the case, what the woman gives in the relationship, here's the thing. Men, like I said, are the animals of the relationship. They're the ones who are meant to protect, provide, and care for. What we ask for in return is the only thing women can provide us, which is comfort, support, love. I saw this comic not long ago. I love this comic. This guy came home from work or whatever it was he was doing, and he looked absolutely depressed. He looked absolutely broken. And he dropped into bed, and his wife or girlfriend was in bed, and she said, "Hey, long day?" And he goes, "It was really bad. I don't want to talk about it." And she smiles and goes, "It's so bad you don't want to have a little fun." Like, and then he straight up says, "No." Seeing how broken he was, she stopped smiling, became very sad, like she had a very sad face, crawled next to him and just held him. And he started crying. That is something women can do for men that we require. And I mean this. There are days where we just need someone to care about us. Men are not very good at that. That's not me dissing on men. There are some men who can be very compassionate, no question. But men are not built for that. It's not in our programming. It's not in our mind. We're not built for compassion. We're built to protect and fight and, build up. We're not built to support and nurture. That's what women are designed to do. And that's not me dissing on women. Women, you should be proud of that. It is something that you should be absolutely proud of because it's something you have that I wish we could do this. We can't. It's not our programming. It's not our design. It's not what we're designed to do. It's not what most men want to do. I guarantee you ask a man to either hold his child's hand and walk with him and tell him how much you love him, or tell him he can go punch a dude in the face and no charges. He's gonna punch a dude in the face, no charges.
We're gonna tell our kids about you ain't gonna believe this.
Exactly. But that's something that women can give to men. So when someone says, "What does a woman bring to the table?" She provides love and support to that man because that's what a man needs. You want to know why men really like attractive women, like Stellar Blade and stuff like that? It's because we are constantly looking for a woman who we think physically meets the definition of someone we'd want to be close to. Because, believe it or not, there are physical qualifiers. It doesn't mean that you have to have them to be able to do it, but having physical characteristics will often tell you a lot about what the woman is capable of, not only sexually, but also maternally, and in terms of how she will treat you. Let me put it this way. I think that one of the problems we have in society with the way it treats men is that it demands that men be more like women, and men will have a lot of trouble being more like women. We can do certain things that women do, but we will not do them as well. And then you turn that around and say women should do things that men can do. Well, for women to do the things men do, you have to change the standards. Which goes back to what I said. If the job of the man is to be the protector, the fighter, and the breadwinner, and the woman tries to do this, she may meet with some success, but when shit hits the fan, is the woman really going to be ready for it? What I find so funny is you have these situations where, this is going to sound awful. I know this is going to sound awful, but I do think it fits very much so in what we're talking about. If you have a situation, let's say that you have a situation where a woman has joined the military. She's joined the military, is in a barracks with a bunch of guys, and she gets sexually assaulted. Horrible situation. Absolutely awful. But then she demands that there be new regulations to prevent that from happening, that they have to put in more security measures, that men need to be screened before they join so that we know that we're not bringing in any sexual predators. I would say this: I am sorry that happened to you. Believe me, that should never happen. It's awful, and the men who did it should be brought up on charges. But I have a question for you. What were you doing in an all-male barracks? amongst a bunch of men who are high on adrenaline, high on testosterone, have just gotten done with very difficult training, and now they see a lovely woman in their barracks. Did you expect them all to behave themselves? I'm not saying that men are all trash and garbage. I'm saying you walk into a male-dominated field expecting all the men to treat you like a lady. And yet you want them to treat you like the man, you want them to treat you like a lady, but with the abilities of a man, and that's just not something that everyone's going to be okay with. Correct me if you think I'm wrong there, Lord.
I'm not sure I would have jumped to that analogy, because that analogy, like, men should be disciplined enough not to do anything like that.
Agreed.
At the same time, in that situation, you shouldn't be putting yourself in a situation where you shouldn't put yourself in that sort of situation. It's kind of like, how I put it, like, if you like going through, like, if you're going to be going in a place where there's like dogs that are like trained to kill people, and you're going in to try and look at them, don't like have bacon hanging out of your pockets. Like that sort of thing. Obviously, the dog should be well trained enough not to bite you, but at the same time, don't give them any.
Don't give them a reason. Don't give them the incentive. You know. I think that, here's the thing, I'm not saying that all men would do this, I'm not saying the majority of men would do this. What I'm saying is, you demand, and I think, you know what, another good example to get out of the sexual kind is to go into, like, women versus men's sports. You know? That's an even better example. I should go to that one. You know, you look at stuff like men pretending to be women to enter women's sports, and you act surprised when the men pretending to be women win all the medals. What a shock.
Well, the thing is, another good example is, like, you can look at, go back to the military, like, they're male and female standards.
Right.
If you want them to say, like, hey, women can be just as good in the military, it's like, depends on what you're looking at in the military. If you're looking at a frontline, actual soldier job, no. Because men are just biologically, on average, physically stronger, better built, and more durable when it comes to physical training and combat. That's just indisputable. Now, off the battlefield, if you want to talk about something like JAG officer, or doctor, or nurse, definitely women can compete in that field far better. So the point is, there are certain things that men are just naturally going to be better at, and other things that women are naturally going to be better at. And instead of trying to give, like you go, girl, you can, play in the man's world, you should just, like, I would say you should probably focus on doing what you are better at. Now, of course, there's exceptions to every rule here, but I think, like, a lot of problems, like, there's also a large misconception that, like, women just, like, perpetually want to be in the workforce.
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of women that's like, I wish I could just stay at home mom. Unfortunately, the economy won't allow that.
Okay, so to me, I think the problem is not all women would like being submissive and would like to have a job of their own in the future. No, there's nothing wrong with them wanting a job in the future, and there's nothing wrong with them not wanting to be submissive. But a woman saying that they want to do everything a man can do, I think is not realistic.
And there's also a difference between, like, the idea of submissiveness, as in, like, oh, you do everything they ask for, and it's like you allow yourself to get smacked in the back of the backhanded if you have an independent thought. No, so the idea that there are certain things you prefer. And I kind of our father sort of had an idea of, like, most major things, like, our father would let our mother just, like, have her way. Only under serious occasions would he actually raise an objection and go, like, here's why I think we should do this way. And our parents still get along great under that policy.
Liam says, in my opinion, all I can say, a true man can keep his patience. A true man can hold back his animalistic nature. We can use it when he needs to. I'm not saying you can't. My point is, I think that the woman's role is to help direct that animalistic nature. I think that's the role of a woman in a relationship. To help control the man, turn us from an animal to a man.
Not that a man can't do it on his own, but
yeah, a man can.
It helps to have that sort of pursuit.
Yeah, like that's all I'm saying. I think people are misunderstanding what I'm saying. I think that's the problem. It's hard to have these conversations without people getting upset about it. I'm sure someone thinks that I'm a bad person now. Raven, off-topic question. Raven, what do you think the new samurai hero should be? I have no idea. Raven, now everyone keep in mind, Raven is not saying women can't be strong. Never once did he say that, because there's many examples of history. Yeah, I never said women can't be strong. I never said that. My animalistic instincts have been kicking in recently. I've been wanting to start MMA and just let out this anger. Yeah, that's what I did. I did mixed martial arts, Muay Thai. I did that.
Another sandwich and a beer.
Yeah.
Brother.
Raven, the lesson you're telling reminds me of the movie Tarzan. An interesting direction. I can get behind that. But yeah, in answer to the question Alex asked, I have no idea what the new samurai hero is going to be. My best guess, some kind of Sohaya, some kind of like warrior monk, but I have no idea. So you're saying that women help guide the male? Yes.
To quote My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the husband or the man is the head. He makes all the decisions, but the woman is the neck. It can turn the head in any direction it wants.
They said the new hero would embody the faction itself. Yeah, I just don't know how they're going to do that.
Beauty and the Beast is kind of what you're talking about?
Hmm?
Beauty and the Beast is kind of what you're talking about?
Beauty and the Beast is a perfect example. Oh, why didn't I think of that? Thank you, Lark. That is a great example.
I don't know if it was James Dean.
Oh, James Dean? Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate it. That's a great example. Beauty and the Beast is the perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Sorry about your car crash, James Dean.
Yeah, that's awful, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, thank you, James. Oh, would you stop? You're screwing me up now. But my point being, yeah, that's a great example. You know, Beast, even before he transformed into a monster, was an asshole. He was a jerk. He was hateful, and that's why he was turned into a beast. Yeah, that's why he was turned into a beast. He was made to look like how he acted, you know, to look like an animal. And Bell came along and civilized him, taught him, made him better than he was so that he could earn the right to be a man again. You know, why do you think we have the whole idea of a princess kissing a frog and turning them into a prince? The princess is what turns the frog back into what he's supposed to be.
Yeah, she was trying to get high. One of the two.
Could be.
Hades and Persephone. To be fair, though,
To be fair, Hades is probably one of the most chill gods out there in the Greek pantheon. Not gonna lie.
One time he really goes off the walls is when someone comes down to try and steal his wife. Which, understandable.
Anyway. My argument would be women give reasons for men to be civilized, but it's the older man's job to make sure the younger knows how. I see a great lack of older men guiding young men, same with women. Absolutely. No, I agree with that 100%.
That's why the father's role is so important.
That's why we need more fathers in society. The father's role is to guide young men, genuinely. Yeah, they give structure to the household. A woman nurtures, which is important, but you need structure. You need direction. And I think that fathers give that better than mothers do most of the time. Look at it this way. This was an example that I remember hearing from somewhere. I can't remember from where, but it's a good example. If a child touches the stove and burns their hand, the mother's first instinct is to go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Let's get you some ice. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Please don't cry. It's okay." And basically make you feel better. The father's job is to say, "What did you learn?"
But you won't do that again.
You're not going to do that again, are you? Because the father provides direction, lesson, teaching. They show the son or daughter, this is how you live, this is how you structure your life, these are the things you should do. The mother's job is to give you comfort, support, and, you know, like a miniature version of a married wife and man. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's why you need to have both in the household, not just the father, not just the mother. If you have just the mother, you're not going to have a lot of solid direction for that child in life, and they're going to grow up being thin-skinned because they want everyone to tell them, "Oh, it's okay, sweetie." If you only have the father, then you're going to have someone who's very soulless because they understand the practical aspect of life, but not the connection aspect of life, the community aspect. I think that's all very important.
Yes. The grandmother's like, my turn's done. You're good now. Well, I had a girlfriend, she kept me well-headed, funny enough. Felt at peace and happy, and as soon as she left, I got angry and started taking her away. How funny how that works. So there you go.
Repeat.
The massive problem isn't stupidity or laziness, it's lack of understanding, mainly the father, but by the way, I can confirm.
Yep.
I can confirm. two-parent households will always have a superior edge to it. And if you have a mother and father that are both taking an active role in raising their children, those children are going to 9 times out of 10 turn out better. There we go.
That took a while.
Just go for gay and lesbian couples. I haven't looked into data on them enough to determine that.
I'm not very happy with what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't think we're on this basis, but the thing is, in that case, if you have male, male, and female, female, one of them is going to have to take on the father and mother role, respectively.
Oh. A chill boy in your game right now. Oh, cool.
Anyway, going back to Buddhism, I remember the idea that people said that Jesus got ideas from Buddha.
You know.
Now, hard to say, because here's the thing.
Oh, it's easy to say.
Well, because
It's easy to say. I don't know why you would say it's hard to say. We have.
What I'm trying to get is that no, Jesus didn't get ideas from Buddha.
No, you said it was hard to say.
Well, let me explain what I mean.
Okay.
What I mean is that it's hard to say how this happened. It's more likely that Buddhist authors probably pulled from Jesus. Because a lot of, we have a vague notion of when the Buddha was around, and he was around before Jesus, but the earliest documents we have of Buddhism are actually after Christ. Same thing for something like Zoroastrianism. And it's a very popular concept to look at Jesus and just say, oh, he copied from X, Y, and Z, when actually the copying is probably reversed. Like I remember some guy was saying, oh yeah, Jesus is just a copy of Mithras. When in reality, Mithras pretty much copied a lot from Jesus. And it was basically one cult trying to say, oh, well, my God did the same thing. And so you have to be careful in accusing it. You have to look at, what sources are you looking at? And you have to look at, when those sources, which source from one, which source from the other, which came first, and what do we know about it? That's why I said it was hard to say. Okay,
the way you phrased it sounded weird. It sounded like you were saying it's hard to say whether or not Jesus was inspired by Buddha or not. That's why I was surprised.
Wasn't Buddhism founded after Christianity? No. Buddhism was founded about, I want to say, 6 centuries prior.
It was founded before Christianity, but the Jews and Jesus would have had no interaction with those who practice Buddhism.
Very little interaction.
If any.
The big religion in that area, other than what the Greeks and Romans would have been practicing, would have been Zoroastrianism. And even then, no, they didn't pick anything up from that.
All right. Well, let me see if I've got any other orders in Breach. If we do, I'll do more, but if not. Raven, do you use that blade on Nobuchi spear to make it look like another type of Japanese spear that isn't the Naginagata? My friend does that too. Yeah, I make it look like a yachty. I got duels to do. I can do a few duels real quick before we go. Pull out of that. Let's go to duel. We can do a few duels real quick just to end the night. Yeah, it was fun, Superfly My Sky. It was cool that you got in. There is a connection to India through Red Sea trade and Greek city-states like Bactria. Yeah, I'm saying the Jews wouldn't have had a direct. Rome might have, but the Jews would not have had a direct interaction.
Yeah, well, the Romans knew about China and India, they liked trading with them. But bear in mind, no railroads, sea travel can take a while. For the invention of triangular sails, communication between the two was very much sparse.
Shaolin mirror match. Okay. It's going to be David versus the monkey. Remember, Lark, how can I be the man you guys talked about? What do I need to do to be that kind of man? First step would be, I would say, get right with your family, get right with your Lord. Okay. Hey Raven, who draws my avatars? Hannah and Jay draw them. I talk about them in all of my update videos. I know it's an out-of-pocket question, but how would God deal with Sun Wukong? Same way he deals with everyone.
Well, Sun Wukong would not allow it would probably never have been created. Like, Sun Wukong's creation is suddenly a rock birthday monkey.
I wish Hannah would do commissions again. She's got a lot going on, but, I mean, you can take it up with her if you want. She's on the Discord. Right now, she's doing a lot of stuff for me right now, which I really appreciate, don't get me wrong. She actually drew an image of Anya recently, which looks really cute. All right. Good fight.
Take him down.
Nice. Hannah drew Anya. What? I didn't show you, Aaron? Oh yeah, you went to sleep before I could show it to you. Yeah, I think I can pull it up. Yeah, I got it here. 1 second. Let me save it, and I'll send it to you real quick. Oh, he wants a rematch? Okay. Alright, I just sent it to you, Aaron. Raven, just want to say real quick, the most recent Oichi chapter was really cool, to be honest. I kind of like the fact that she let loose because she was so emotional. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was good, too. I really enjoyed that. Alright, who do I want to go? Who do I want to go? I still can't go a Vanguard, I think. Let me check. Can I go a Vanguard? No, I can go a Vanguard now, it looks like. I can go Vanguard. Let's go Warden. Let's go Theodora again, since people really seem to like her. Ah, he's going Shaolin again. Okay. Okay. Okay.
When I go to church and when I pray, I don't hear or feel God. Am I doing something wrong, or is there no time for me? You're not. It's not like you're giving him a phone call and you're going to feel it. Because prayer can be like you might feel some sort of connection or something like I mean, like you feel emotional or might feel like overwhelmed or something like that. But it's not like he's going to come down, put his hand on your shoulder, and just say, "I hear you." That's not how that works. I've heard folks like how to put it. Because just know you may not feel him or anything, but he hears you. He hears you. Prayer is about communication, and he hears you. So don't fret if you don't get all warm and fuzzy inside when you pray at church.
Sword beats stick!
Because what is a sword if not a sharpened metal stick?
Oh no, did Todd die? Todd? Who died? Okay, good read.
Hey Raven, if I like the violence of combat sports, is that a bad thing really to use answer this question?
No, it's fine to like that.
I mean, boxing and anything like
No, you're fine. You're
those are fun.
Todd from your story. No, he's not dead. Todd isn't dead. Todd broke up with Oichi because he found out who she was.
Round 3.
When you were a kid, you prayed to meet a mermaid? Oh, dude. The things we prayed when we were kids. Good fight.
I still want to go to Narnia. Me too, man. Me too.
God, if you're listening, please let me go to Narnia. I used to pray for God to give me superpowers. Come on, like we've all prayed for silly things as
It's not going
kids.
to happen, but God. No, I mean, I'm willing to.
Like,
I'm willing to work
hey,
with
God,
that king.
God's not going to give you that, but hey, if you like. All right, that's two down, 5 more to go. 5 more to go.
I will tell you it is 10:34.
So it is. Tell you what, we'll do. How about we go until we lose? How about that? We'll go until we lose. If we make it through all 5, then we're good. All right, we'll go until we lose. He rage quit. No, he finished out the match and he said good fight.
He came back for a rematch. I think
He came back. He said good fight and then he quit, and that's fine. He's free to.
He's allowed to do it.
Occasionally, I'll pray to God and ask for $1 million.
Yeah,
We've been there.
On occasion, it's just like, and I know I'm not going to let you know $1 million would be cool, but seriously, let's get back to the.
Hey, when I made a Crusader War and it looks really cool. Hey, excellent, man. That's what Theodora kind of is.
Crusaders got to trip, man.
Ask God for a girlfriend. I asked God to
Lead me to the
reveal the right woman to me. And
if she knows a great banana bread recipe,
and if like
so be it.
I pray she's not hiding under a rock, but you can never be sure.
So you're not into dwarves, huh? Is that how it is?
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone.
All right, let's go. Who do I want to go
Like
with?
his family call, what did I miss? Oh, some philosophical debate.
Let's go Magi. I don't go Magi all that much. Let's try. Oh, PK. Oh, this could be bad.
Girlfriend, friend, for a wife. Well,
I like a girlfriend first.
well, the thing is, I want a wife, but typically you have a girlfriend that becomes wife. We're looking for the girlfriend that we want to promote.
All right, this one could get ugly, guys.
Anyone
Peacekeeper's gotten really good.
Oddly enough, yacht ain't that important to me.
And a yacht isn't that special.
I mean, I would like a boat, but I like it like a boat like fish.
Lawbro next match maybe. I want to win. All right, good fight. All right, let's go. God says we went for the bird roads are orcs. When you say orcs, do you mean like?
Well, if they're women, if they're female orcs, then we know they're not Warhammer orcs. I'm guessing Warcraft or Elder Scrolls.
I feel like I dodged that. Oh man, the external hits are crazy on PK now. All right.
Round 2.
Do I think it's done? They can change the character.
Reconnect's gotten for new maps and for honor. I'm not sure Ubisoft would take a direct order from God. Do red/wash Gantz? I'm not sure what that is.
What's Gantz?
Warhammer skin would be awesome for honor. Out of all the games that need a Warhammer skin, please let it be for honor. Like, I know, like, oh look, we did a thing with Call of Duty. They are unworthy. Please. Games Workshop, Ubisoft, contact each other. You will make money.
Got him.
I want a Carl Franz hero skin.
Thoughts on issues with the Helldivers community manager? I think she's an idiot, and I think that they need to fire her or at least make a public apology about it. Sees PK. I don't hate PK. I just know that I'm not going to do well against her. What about a Helldiver have Warhammer skins?
Yes.
Yes.
100
Yes.
times yes.
If Amberly Vale was a For Honor hero, who would she be? Peacekeeper or Nusha? Either one.
Based on description, PK.
Why didn't I hit? I hit heavy. Oh crap. There we go. I love how Call of Duty has better skins than Darktide. Call of Duty is slowly turning into Fortnite.
It's basically M-rated Fortnite.
Yeah, literally. Literally.
Because when you can have Alucard go over and yeet a man across the map, I'm Call of Duty ain't what it used to be, let's put it that way. I was never that big into Call of Duty.
How? How did you let me get away with that? There's no way she let me get away with that.
How about Charlemagne hero skin? Ooh, I'd be down for
Raven! How did you let... Why?
Raven, do you have a Warhammer army?
Yes, I am building a Sisters of Battle or Sororitas army called the Order of the Sacred Spears.
Yep, and let me tell you, they're interesting to paint.
Helldivers is probably one of the better games of the year because of the community, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I'm also really excited for Stellar Blade. And also Rise of the Ronin is really good. I love Rise of the Ronin.
But yeah, Helldivers has brought the gaming community together better than just prep.
Okay, she wants a rematch. Cool. All right, let's see. Who do we go next? We can go anyone we want. So, you got any suggestions, Lark?
Let me see. When's the last time you done Pirate?
I have not done Pirate in a long time. Let's go Pirate.
Yeah.
This is for you, Aaron. I'm going Pirate.
Helps you remind us about true democracy. Managed democracy.
A Conkadonk. She has traded the PK for the Conkadonk. I'm concerned. What is your plan with the Conkadonk? Will you be the one who defeats me, Conkadonk? Later, Cuban.
Take care, dude.
All right. Okay. Salute. Good fight. Son of a conch, oh the last bonk, one touch ahead of the jailer.
I would have said he just got killed by a sailor.
That's actually pretty good.
But sweet effect on that conch, though.
I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before?
Then you pass the lamppost by Care Parabel, you've gone too far.
Good fight.
You never see it coming. Yeah, she looks like she could be a persona.
Yeah, she looks like she'd be a persona herself. Yeah.
This is one.
Ah. Good fight. All right. Cool emote. I like the emote.
He's a skater, bro.
Ah, he read me that time. Although I think he just parries on anything red. Called it. Parry the Conqueror! Why aren't you going for an any bash mix-up, bro? Good fight.
Side suggested.
I don't know why he's not going for any bash mix-ups. You could probably beat me if you did. Raven, I dare you to do a clip with the Persona soundtrack. Never see it coming with For Honor. Who would I do it with? How are you so good? I've been playing a long time, and I don't think I'm that good. Okay, who next? Lark, who should I go next? I'm letting you decide. I don't know. I've played so many tonight.
When's the last time you played Raider?
Raider! Yeah, okay, let's do Raider. And since people are always asking me to go Bullthorn, fine, we will go Bullthorn. For some reason, I get requests for Bullthorn all the time, and I'm like, fine.
I want to see Draugr, I go play Skyrim.
I know, right? Oh, a prior this time. Okay.
Upon prior review.
Totally not Raven stealing Havoc's tilt. I'm not stealing his tilt. I just want to get my... After I get 7 done, I'm finished. I'm not going to go past 7, but I'm just... But Lark has pointed out, we're going past our normal time, so what we agreed is I will play until I lose. If I lose, we're done for the night, and I'll finish up the dual order tomorrow. But,
Festive, isn't it?
all right, let's go. Oh! Okay.
Show us your bones, baby.
Okay, like I said, he parries pretty much everything.
Hey, it works out.
Okay. Ah, I fell for it. Good fight. Hey Raven, what executions would you recommend for building Ryo Matsunaga? If you have one of them that I would recommend is if you have any of the Jorogumo executions, like the one where she turned, like the one with the spider legs, those 2 would be perfect for her. Unfortunately, I don't have either of them on Kensei. I'm hoping that when they bring back that seasonal battle pass, we'll get them again. I really hope they do. Okay, let's go. There's no way he intended that. Okay, he's just going to parry on everything, so we need to take advantage of that. He didn't parry on that?
He's starting to believe you fit.
Oh, good move. Good move. Okay. Maybe Black Friar's his main. He's doing a lot better this time. I know Raider definitely isn't that. Raider definitely isn't mine.
The priest is beating up a black man.
Dang! Whoa! Who is this guy? What happened to the dude I was playing earlier who fell for every read?
I think he's just a black friar man.
Well, I lost, so time to... Oh.
He still gave us a good fight, though.
Yeah, he did, but he's doing... I never emoted him. He's being a little special. Man, I can't believe I didn't win a single one of those. That was crazy. Oh, well. Well, deal's a deal. That was our last match. Well, I had fun tonight, guys. Well, yeah, he locked it in. There's no question about that. Well, how close was I? I didn't keep track. Oh, 2 left. I had 2 left to go. Oh, well. And he left anyway. He got his win, so he's eating. Yeah. Oh, well. Doesn't matter. If he'd invited me to another match, I might have just taken
The big brother took control. That's what happened.
You know what? That makes sense.
I may have done that from time to time.
No, legit, that may have been what happened because I noticed that he was making a lot better reads that time than he was before. But anyway, that's about it. That's all we got time for tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Tomorrow I work in the morning, and Lark will be streaming that night. It'll be his last stream before he goes out of town because I don't know if I'll stream Thursday, and Lark will be gone Friday. So
Correct.
it'll be one of those things. So if I stream Thursday, you'll get one more night with him. If I don't stream Thursday, Wednesday's the last time you'll get to see him for a while. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Real quick, which one of y'all is the older brother? I am. Raven. I'm the older one. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you in our next